Good evening, staff, parents, families, and graduates. Welcome to the commencement ceremonies of Ironwood High School's class of 2017. My name is Samrawit Shabeshi, and I've had the honor of serving as this year's senior class president. At this time, would you please stand and remove your hats for the presentation of colors by Peoria High School Junior ROTC. Also, please remain standing for the national anthem performed by Ironwood Excelsiors and for the departure of the colored guard, followed by a moment of silence. During tonight's moment of silence, we would like to recognize and remember our longtime teacher and coach, Mr. Esquivel. Coach Esquivel passed away in February after a tough battle with cancer. Tonight, he will be one of our honored teachers, signified by the empty chair in the front row.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. Please be seated. Now turn your attention once again to our Excelsior singers as they perform In My Life.
There are places I'll remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone
It is now my privilege to introduce a few remarkable people that are here with us this evening. These individuals have dedicated time and effort into providing the Peoria Unified School District with countless hours of service and support. Their hard work and dedication has helped us achieve the excellence that we are celebrating today. Would you please stand to be recognized when I call your name? PUSD Superintendent Dr. Darwin Stifler. PUSD School Board President, Ms. Beverly Pingarelli. Administrator for Academic Services, Ms. Linda Thompson. We would also like to recognize our outstanding administration, who has supported us greatly through these 4 years. They have dedicated so much time and effort to the class of 2017, and we will be forever grateful. Would you please stand to be recognized as your name is called? Our assistant principals, Mr. Russ Dunham. Mr. Mark Borkowski. And Ms. Susan Schmidt. And of course, our outstanding principal, Mr. Vance Setka. Thank you again for your continued support. The next honored guests were selected by the class of 2017. These admired staff members were chosen to walk alongside us today. Please stand and be recognized when I call your name. Coach Chuck Esquivel. Mr. Ian Curtis. Mr. Jay Figueroa. Miss Lisa Garza. Miss Shalene Higginson. Miss Ruth Hanna-Michael. Mr. Justin McClellan. Mr. Ed Rusnak. Mr. Ed Smith. Mr. Michael Suman. Miss Erin White. Mr. Tim Langen. Miss Kitty Langen. And our Raymond S. Kellis Leadership and Teaching Award, Miss Kathy Wilson. Will all other teachers and counselors please stand to be recognized? We thank all of you for helping us learn and grow these past 4 years. We would also like to thank our senior class sponsor, Miss Ashley Blythe, for dedicating her time and energy to us all year long. We could not have done it without you. Thank you again for your constant support. At this time, I would like to introduce our 5 amazing speakers. The first 4 speakers were chosen for their academic excellence and achievements. Speaking first will be Joaquin Armitage, followed by Marissa Whitey, Vivian Chen, and Nicole Doobie. Our 5th speaker this evening was chosen by the class of 2017, Tanner Railsback. At this time, please welcome Joaquin Armitage.
All right. I'm a runner. I speak before you all today as top of the class, and it is through academics that I've gained this wonderful opportunity to share my teenage wisdom, but I think at heart, I'm defined as a runner. After 4 years of cross country and track and hundreds upon hundreds of miles in between, I think my life has truly been molded by my experiences in long distance and those countless hours I spent training out along the canal. So tonight, I would like to try and express my message through a story about running. At the beginning of this past track and field season, I made it my goal to break the school's mile record. I wanted to leave behind a legacy, a final punctuation mark, and I was confident that this could be achieved, yet anxious for the coming races. As the meets passed by, 3 times during the season I ran 4:28s, and the school record is 4:27. So 3 times during the season I came just that close. 3 weeks ago was the state meet for track, held on what became a terribly windy day. I mean, not only did athletes have to worry about running, they had to worry about like mangled tents flying through the air, and just, I don't know, it was not a good time at all. And this was my final shot at breaking the record. So the day of state comes. I get on the bus, drive to Mesa, sleep for a little bit, warm up, get focused, check in, stride out, on the line, and the gun fires. And the race is on. I did not break the school record that day. Everything that I worked for, all those 400s and fartleks and repeats and the weight room, I mean, just look at me, I'm really thin. It's like the bane of my existence. The weight room's just also not a good time. all that work, it seems for nothing. It makes me want to just tear myself apart, and it makes me want to just walk off the stage and go home and drown my sorrows in root beer floats. Root beer floats are really bad for runners. No amount of training now can turn back the clock. I must live with the idea that I've failed. Yet did I really fail? I ran a mile in under 4.5 minutes, and I'm one of the best 800 runners in the state this year. Overall, I'm very proud of what I've accomplished here at Ironwood. It is unfortunately very rare to meet the highest of aspirations in life. By striving to reach for these types of goals, however, we still manage to pull ourselves upwards. While the moments where our aspirations are not met can be difficult, I think in time we can all discover how failure was really success in disguise. This whole story with the record, it's something I'm still recovering from. It's something that really deeply affects me, but soon I will only look back upon my days in track with fondness for the memories that I've created. It is these failures that really define each and every one of us. Failure drives us to perform better and shows us where we need to improve. In an odd way, we all need failure in our lives so we can thrive. So congratulations to the class of 2017. I'm challenging all of you to fail so you can ultimately succeed in life. In the words of Bob Dylan, behind every beautiful thing, there's been some kind of pain. Thank you. I would now like to introduce the next speaker. That's Marissa Whitey.
As we are approaching an important milestone in our lives, it is natural to reflect on the people and events that have brought us here. As with most things in my life, I can't help but relate the past 4 years to a movie that I watched. It's called The Lobster. The Lobster is a movie directed by Lorgos Lanthimos, and it takes place in a world where adults who are single are considered criminals and are given 45 days to find a new partner. And if they don't, they get turned into an animal of their choosing. This pressured society results in artificiality, as people desperately search for partners who share common characteristics, no matter how trivial. For instance, one character in the movie periodically bangs his head against a wall in order to relate to a girl who gets frequent nosebleeds. While it was a strange movie, I enjoyed it because It highlighted the functional and sentimental value of relationships. And it made me think about the relationships in my life and the people close to me. Like this movie, high school sometimes felt like a strange little microcosm where it felt like you have to be friends, or you've had to find friends as soon as possible. And there's a lot of pressure to be similar to others around you. Most of you probably remember the fear of the first day of high school. Of the many things there were to be worried about, I personally remember being really worried about meeting new people. I knew that my class schedule would not always allow me to be with the people I was comfortable around from elementary school, and that I would have to branch out a little. This was actually a big concern for me because it's something I wasn't particularly good at, as I tend to be quite shy. In fact, I could tell from early on that the shy, quiet person who maybe says 4 words in a class period, that would be my shtick. And it was. This was fine though, because based on the constructs of the movie I was just telling you about, all I would have to do is find another shy, quiet person and we'd be friends and high school would be great. Well, actually, as I found it, when you're shy and quiet and you're trying to be friends with somebody else who's also shy and quiet, it can be problematic. But luckily for me, the Lobster movie is satirical, and the great thing about high school and real life in general is that there's no threat of being turned into a lobster if you don't make friends right away. And it's not necessary for 2 people to have everything in common in order to be friends. My high school years taught me that the people you associate yourself with are really important. And the people that matter most are those for whom you don't have to beat your head against a wall to please. You'll meet your best friends when you least expect it, and you may be surprised to find months later that they have had an extremely significant impact on your life. Going to college, or whatever your post-high school plans are, probably means leaving some significant people for a time. Before you go, take the time to appreciate the people who are important to you, and realize that you too likewise, realize that you likewise can have a significant impact on those around you. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce Vivian Chen.
Marissa's taller than me, so. Okay. OCs, original characters. A concept I've been too familiar with since I was a kid due to the amount of anime I've unhealthily consumed, have guided me throughout most of my life. Every show I watched, I would always find a way to include myself in the story, with the most ridiculous powers, backstory, and visual appearance, making myself a strong addition to the protagonist team who eventually helped save the day. But as I grew up, and reality kicked in more and more, and as I became more involved in school and my community, the perception of my limits became clear. I don't have a charismatic personality that will help me fit into any circle, nor do I have superpowers or a special talent that will make me an irreplaceable part of any group. I am but an ordinary person. But what I didn't know back then was how much an ordinary person can do. I became friends with a writer of fan fiction who I've admired for a long time. She works as a salesperson in a small clothing store during the day. At night, however, she transforms into one of the best writers in the fandom and has self-published books of her works despite the potential for ridicule and failure, much like a real-life superhero. Everything she's thought about doing is promptly put into action, and while she's an ordinary person with no real superpower or special talent, her drive allows her to lead an extraordinary life. Oh, I can see me. I too wanted to live an extraordinary life, so inspired by her energy and drive, I committed myself to a series of things I'd only ever thought about doing before, and I made a little legacy of my own. Among the results is a gigantic scratchboard art piece which took me 2 months to complete, totaling more than 60 hours of work, and won me 2 awards at a very prestigious art show in the Valley. It was a challenge indeed, as scratchboard requires artists to not only be extremely careful handling it, but also be attentive to details at all time. I still remember spending most of my Thanksgiving break with this piece and ended up with my fingers covered in so much scratchboard dust that the blackness could not be washed away for days. It's easy to just toy with the idea of ambitious projects. We do it all the time. But having actually completed one is a completely different sense of pride, knowing you've done something worthwhile and you have that greatness in you which will continue to push you to do meaningful things in the future. Alexander Hamilton asked himself, legacy. What is a legacy? During the duel which took his life, and though he did not reach a conclusive answer, he left a financial system that brought America from bankruptcy to prosperity, and a government structure that sustained itself for more than 200 years. He left as his legacy the foundation of this great nation that we live in today. Yes, your thought may not be as great as the Federalist Papers, but it could still turn into something spectacular. If you've thought about writing a book, do it. If you've thought about starting a YouTube channel, try it. Don't limit your possibilities. You have the opportunity to create something great to leave behind, and you could be as great as the OC you may have once envisioned yourself to be. So, I urge you, class of 2017, to be courageous, be confident, be optimistic, be adventurous, and bring with you to wherever your future may take you this question: what will your legacy be? Thank you. I will now introduce the next speaker, Nicole Doobie.
How do you respond to stress? Some chew their nails, some sit in quiet introspection, others choose to run. Me? I set things on fire. Or rather, I bake, which allows me to wash my feelings down with cookies and a glass of milk. So, after a particularly stressful day sophomore year, I came home and decided to bake some cookies. Seems simple, right? Wrong. While I managed to mix them up and throw them into the oven, things got hairy when the timer went off. At this point, I was very excited to eat these cookies, so I overzealously yanked out the shelf, causing all the cookies and the pot holder to fall onto the bottom of the oven. And of course, because my life is constantly privy to Murphy's Law, it landed on the heating element and instantly burst into flames. The fire then began to spread. What was I to do? Call the fire department? Grab the fire extinguisher? Those would be the logical options. I, instead, decided to grab another mitt and pick up the flaming pot holder. And, as you can imagine, I set that one on fire too. Now, I'm in the middle of the kitchen, juggling 2 flaming oven mitts and screaming like a velociraptor. Eventually, I gained the presence of mind to throw the now smoldering mitts into the sink and blasted them with water. Relieved the traumatic experience was at a close, I then looked up to see my father standing there, crying with laughter. Miffed by his lack of assistance, I asked him why he didn't help, to which he replied, "There are some things you have to do for yourself." Obviously, my quest for cookies did not go according to plan. I, instead, got chocolate chip flavored charcoal and a singed oven mitt. In the moment, that was all I got out of the situation. Though, as time progressed, my father's words echoed in my ears. Some things you have to figure out for yourself. And as much as kids hate to say that their parents are right, he was. In our lives, we are the ones responsible for the choices we make. It is up to us and us alone to choose how we will respond to situation in our lives. From something as simple as getting out of bed in the morning or baking a batch of cookies, to getting a job and buying a house, we alone shape our lives, our futures, our successes, and our failures. You may fail and very, very nearly singe all of your hair off, but you might also create something incredible. For until you are tested by fire, you can never be sure of your mettle. And until you go it alone, you can never know what you're truly made of. So know that even in the face of insurmountable odds, even when it appears that you cannot do all you've set out to do, try anyways. You alone hold inherent worth and the capability to become excellent. And while you will get help along the way, you alone are responsible for how your life turns out. You won't always succeed, but do not despair. Your life will turn out extraordinarily if you rely on your own abilities. So, as we enter into a new era of our lives, let us go forth with newfound confidence in our ability to go it alone. Take hold of your life. Take hold with your charred oven mitts. For you alone are responsible for finding the answers you need in your life, even if it might burn the house down. Congratulations on both your successes and your failures, class of 2017. Thank you. Okay, now I'd like to introduce the next speaker, Tanner Railsback.
You know, they said my speech was going to be the hardest thing, but I think walking with this tassel on my face is going to be pretty difficult too. But before I start, I'd like to thank all the people that have been with me the past 4 years and have made me into the man I am today. From my wonderful administrators, counselors, teachers, and of course my amazing family and friends. I'm so honored to be a part of this selected group of speakers here tonight, and it's even better to be a part it's even better to be up here with our student body and senior class presidents, along with the 4 graduates from the top 1% of our class. So let's give them all a round of applause. I think they're doing great. And then, of course, to top off this prestigious group of speakers, you've got none other than me, the guy that got dress coded for wearing a Speedo to school junior year. I understand a lot of you that nominated me here tonight were probably thinking I would talk about something stupid or give a random shout out to somebody in the crowd, but I think I actually might have something meaningful to say, just this one time. But before I get into that, shout out to all my boys out here graduating tonight. There we go. And I'd also like to give a more meaningful shout out and more broad shout out to all the daring people in this world. Whether they be forever remembered in history, influential in our world today, or even sitting in the crowd among us tonight, you never know. Being daring has not only defined the world that we live in today, but the people we are today as well. And not every daring person in the world is going to have their face on Mount Rushmore, their footprints on the moon, or the opportunity to speak in front of hundreds of people while all their friends laugh at them, like me. In our 4 years here at Ironwood High School, we've all been daring in some way, shape, or form, such as reaching out and making your first new friend freshman year, trying out for a sports team, or even getting all the energy and strength to get up in the mornings and go to school, because I think we all know that only gets harder as the years go by. And even though our high school careers will be over in a few short minutes, I implore all of you to go out and dare to make memories, dare to make mistakes, dare to have success, and most importantly, dare to make money. Because I think Wu-Tang Clan said it best, cash rules everything around me, cream is the money, dollar, dollar bill, y'all. And I also dare you all to not let these opportunities pass you by in life. Because a wise and influential man by the name of Drizzy Drake once said, all in all, I learned from it though, you never see it coming, you just get to see it go. And as I look out into this sea of caps and gowns, I see so many great things. I see all my friends, I see so many memories, and I see George Lopez picking his nose. But most importantly, I see the future. And if you find yourself sitting here tonight in your cap and gown, waiting for somebody to tell you to turn your tassel to the left or whatever direction they say at these things, and you can't remember one daring thing you did in the past 4 years, maybe you didn't dance with that special someone at prom or try out for that sports team and so on and so forth, I leave you with this. At least you didn't go to Centennial, am I right? Congratulations, class of 2017, and good night. And now I welcome Kaylee Johnson and Krista Heffernan to present the senior gift.
Good evening. My name is Kaylee Johnson, and I'm a senior class member at large.
And I'm Krista Heffernan, the senior class vice president.
The class of 2017 is so fortunate to be able to give back to the school by leaving behind a gift for the student body.
This year, as a senior gift, we have purchased illuminating letters spelling out Ironwood High School to go outside the gym wall.
With that being said, at this time, can we please have Vivian Acosta, Ironwood's next student body president, come to the podium and accept our senior gift.
Oh, good. Okay. Good evening. On behalf of Ironwood High School, I proudly accept the senior gift. Your generosity is very much appreciated, and the class of 2017 will always be remembered. Thank you.
Thank you, Viviana. Now we would like to welcome Raquel Ellis and Hannah Farbstein to the stage to present our class motto.
Good evening. My name is Raquel Ellis, and I was this year's senior class secretary.
I'm Hannah Farbstein, and I was this year's student body treasurer.
As representatives of the senior class, we have selected a motto to motivate the class of 2017 before you all go out into the world.
The motto that our class has selected is, "We can look forward with hopes and look back with cherished memories, looking toward to the future while learning from the past."
We hope for nothing less than success for all of you.
We would now like to introduce Sarah Garza and Kiara Sanchez as they lead us in our class chant.
With the assistance of Maddie Hilkemeyer, Rachel Schmidt, Tanner Railsback, and Sam Trebeshi.
Hi, my name is Sarah Garza, and I have the pleasure of serving as your guys' student body vice president.
I'm Kiara Sanchez, and I served as your student body secretary. Our class chant was given to us the day we stepped foot onto Ironwood's campus. It is a unique motto that binds each class together. Some of our best memories were standing in the bleachers, screaming our class chants from the top of our lungs. And in every assembly, we said our chant with dignity. This is awkward.
We think it's only appropriate to do it one more time. If the class of 2017 would please stand up and join us in reciting our class chant one last time.
On the count of three.
1, 2, 3.
2017, we're the class to leave as legends. Congratulations. It is now our privilege to introduce our principal, Mr. Vance Sedka.
Go Sedka! Welcome parents, families, cherished friends, and members of the class of 2017 to tonight's commencement ceremony. We're all gathered here tonight to honor and recognize hard work and student achievement. We're also here to congratulate the parents and the families who share in tonight's accolades. Of the highest academic and personal honors is to be selected into membership in the National Honor Society. Will the members of the National Honor Society please stand at this time? Ladies and gentlemen, would you join me in recognizing their achievement? Also deserving special recognition tonight are students in Spanish Honor Society, French Honor Society, National Honor Society for Dance Arts, and the members of CTSO. Will the members of Spanish Honor Society please stand to be recognized? Will the members of French Honor Society please stand to be recognized? Will the members of the National Honor Society for Dance Arts stand to be recognized? And will the members of the CTSO stand to be recognized? Will the 36 students who have completed all the requirements to receive the International Baccalaureate Diploma stand and be recognized? Those students who have attained a standing in the top 10% of their class are designated graduating with honors. Their achievement is indicated in your programs this evening, and they're wearing gold tassels on their mortarboards. Would those graduating with honors please stand? To graduate from Ironwood with high honors means a student has achieved academic standing in the top 5% of the class. I take pride in acknowledging the high honors graduates at this time. Please stand for recognition. Highest honors graduates are those students who have attained a standing in the top 1% of their class. Please join me in recognizing Joaquin Armitage, Marissa Whitey, Vivian Chen, and Nicole Doobie. At this time, I'd like to recognize families who have entrusted us with multiple siblings who have attended and graduated from Ironwood High School. Please acknowledge Katie Defer and family with 5 students. Sarah Garza and family with 4 students. And Brianna Palacios and family with 4 students. To the members of the class of 2017, I thank you on behalf of the entire Ironwood staff and administration. Your leadership and your achievements have made a tremendous impact on Ironwood. I would like to recall some of Ironwood's accomplishments this school year, which you played a part in. All Ironwood's bands qualified for state festival. Jazz Band 1 and Wind Ensemble both earned Superior with distinction at the state competitions. 3 students were selected to participate in all-state honor ensembles: Victor Amaya Garcia, Tyler Smolko, and Chandler Vasquez. In track, freshman Janya Jasper set the school record in the 100-meter, and junior Michaela Lockhart set the school record in the 3200-meter. Senior Joaquin Armitage finished second in state in the 800-meter run. Future Business Leaders of America member Galadriel Curry begins her second term as an FBLA state officer, and Savannah Staples took the stage to pick up FBLA awards in all 5 events she competed in. Ironwood Choir received 2 superior ratings, 1 each for jazz and madrigal performances at NAU Jazz and Madrigal Choir Festival in February, and were winners of the Cool FM 94.5 Noon Salute Contest. Excelsior's Choir just learned they were chosen to sing on stage with the rock band Foreigner this coming August. Girls cross country finished 4th in state, the best finish in Ironwood history. The Ironwood Crime Scene Investigation team of seniors Cimarron Bakhta, Gabe Martinez, and Anastasia Salazar won the Skills USA State Championship. This was the 3rd year in a row Ironwood won the CSI team division. Our boys soccer team were state semifinalists and Metro Region champions. The girls badminton team won the district championship for the 4th straight year. All 6 members were seniors, and the doubles team won district for the 4th straight year, along with winning their section for the 3rd time in 4 years. Ironwood's National Honor Society has 60 seniors representing approximately 2,300 community service hours and 124 plus peer tutoring hours. This year, they included a food drive with the winter formal and collected 164 pounds of food for the pantry. The class of 2017 decorated the front office and library with over 200 stuffed animals as one of their senior pranks. Afterwards, the stuffed animals were donated to the Phoenix Children's Hospital. Girls basketball player senior Danielle Cassidy became Ironwood's all-time assist leader, and Emily Henderson was named a top 20 player in the state and played in the state All-Star game. Ironwood's Health Occupation Students Association had 11 students qualify for the International Leadership Conference in Orlando, Florida. Host member Ty Toby Williams won the state championship in the transcultural healthcare. Our boys basketball team won their first state tournament game in 11 years. Cody Carmichael broke the Ironwood all-time assist and steals record during the season. And how could we forget Cody's game-winning three-pointer against number 1 ranked Sunny Slope? The boys volleyball team won the district championship, made the state tournament, and senior Alex Marsh was named the district player of the year. Ironwood teacher and Ironwood alumni Kathy Wilson was awarded the prestigious Raymond S. Callis Leadership and Teaching Award. And finally, the Ironwood seniors were offered more than $12.4 million in scholarships. Ladies and gentlemen, please applaud the class of 2017. For the class of 2017, tonight marks the successful completion of 13 years of school. Since the first day of kindergarten, your family, friends, teachers, counselors, administrators, and countless other educators have worked tirelessly to help each of you through obstacles and challenges you face both in and out of school. Each of you worked extremely hard to meet all the requirements Ironwood High School has put in front of you, and you have earned the right to call yourselves graduates. My advice to each of the 478 graduates tonight is to expect success in everything you do from this day forward. Whether you are going to college, joining the military, going to a trade school, or entering the workforce, expect success. Now, it will not always be that easy. It will take determination, commitment, patience, passion, self-reliance, creativity, optimism, and self-confidence. These are some of the characters that got you here tonight. There will be some challenges, and there will be times you fail. You have to learn and grow during these times and continue to expect success. I would like to share a quote from one of our founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson said, "Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goals. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude." Class of 2017, believe in yourself, expect success, and be the legends that you guys have become in your 4 years at Ironwood. Mrs. Pingrelli, will you please join me at the podium? And now, with pride and pleasure, as principal of Ironwood High School, I certify that each of these students has met the requirements for graduation as set forth by the state of Arizona and the Peoria Unified School District. I present this class to Mrs. Pingrelli, member of the Peoria Unified School District Governing Board. I respectfully request you accept these graduates and that you confer diplomas on them.
On behalf of the Governing Board of the Peoria Unified School District and by the authority vested in me by the state of Arizona, I accept this recommendation that the Ironwood High School class of 2017 has met the requirements for graduation. Mr. Setka, please present the graduates to receive their diplomas.
At this time, will the 12 honored teachers please take their positions? Assisting me with presentations of diplomas are Mrs. Pingrelli, President of the Peoria Unified School District Board, Dr. Darwin Stifler, Superintendent of the Peoria Unified School District, and Mrs. Linda Pallas Thompson, Administrator for K-12 Academic Services. Will the first row of graduates please stand and proceed to receive your diplomas?
Simrawit Yosef Shibeshi.
Kaylin Sabry.
Krista Heffernan.
Marco Paravats.
Raquel Rose Ellis.
Brandon Anaya.
Tanner Railsback.
Kieran Orr.
Rachel Catherine Schmidt.
Simran Bakhta.
Madison Renee Hilkemeyer.
Michael Strebe.
Kaylee April Johnson.
Monique Francisca Ivy Garza.
Ken Aaron Kobashigawa.
Kyle Joseph Wen.
Sarah Samantha Garza.
Mary Gregorio.
Kiara Nicole Sanchez.
Sarah Margaret Peelman.
Hannah Cherie Farbstein.
Tatobi Alua Oluwanbe Palumi Williams.
Joaquin Armitage.
Gregorio Carlos Vargas.
Marissa Suzanne Whitey.
Damian David Herrera Quiros.
Vivian Chen.
Osvin Alejandro Serrano.
Nicole Daniel Doobie.
Victoria Faith Marbois.
Jessica Victoria Murray.
Quinn Dunlap.
Evelyn Adriana Vargas Olmos.
Anna Wren.
Samuel Dean Owen.
Raj Patel.
Griffin Collins.
Alexandra Grace Marbois.
Brianna Lynn Vargas.
Melhem Mokbel.
Wenny Zhang.
Tyler Will Comer.
Larissa Cook.
Annabelle Struble.
Kira Lorraine Hansen.
Pedro Solis Morales.
Gabrielle Buttermore.
Natalie Mejia.
Jerica Avalos.
Tim Ward.
Savannah Staples.
Malia Renee Leonard.
Sean Cummings.
Daniel Raymond Velasquez.
Adeline Jacob.
Janelle Castaneda Gomez.
Allison Morales Aguilar.
Edwin Ivan Vargas.
Benjamin Garland.
Sarah Beltran.
Anastasia Salazar.
Levias Campbell.
Unmal Bakhta.
Victoria Colchado Dowell.
Kiersey Marie Graham.
Randy Irish.
Chandler Vasquez.
Stacy Hood.
Kia Knight.
Josue Martinez.
Linda D'Ambrosio.
Monica Martinez.
Shannon Kim.
Adam Joe Wallander.
Gordon Anthony Cartland Jr.
Veronica Castellan.
Josue Pedro Orgel.
Daniel Morris Kane.
Regina V. Seal.
Victoria Isabel Flores.
Matthew Robert Arnold Jr.
Antonio Agustin Para Jimenez.
Brianna Tuttle.
Olivia Prihara.
Juan Barraza.
Timothy Balzora.
Kyla Woody.
Gina Winky.
Michael James Teeter.
Matthew Stegner.
Monica Grace Dominguez.
Jasmine Mata.
Richard Velasquez.
Joel Arias.
Erica Bailon.
Anna Lilia Ocampo Garcia.
Jed Cueto.
Bao Win.
Laura Camacho.
Alexis Celeste Rubio.
Abraham Salvador Gonzalez.
Chance Doctor.
Gabriela Hernandez.
Myra Yeseline Osornio Padron.
Gabriel Martinez.
Seth Haywood.
Taylor Lynn James.
Brianna Teresa Cantu.
Luis Daniel Morales.
Alexander Munoz.
Brianna Leona Bruno.
Andrea Jacqueline Corral.
Tyler Wayne Nelson.
Isaiah David James Young.
Sammy Brooke Evans.
Mackenzie Miranda Eckerson.
Dylan Franklin.
Alexander Eric William Salmonen.
Kristen Lauren Legaretta.
Nadia Elise Janik.
Christian Secor.
Tristan Miller.
Emily Diane Nykirk.
Kathleen Marcus.
Victor Amaya Garcia.
Sean Laurent.
Ashtar Oshana.
Caitlin Hansen.
Daniel Beira Garcia.
Nathaniel Ronquillo.
Catherine Fan.
Caitlin LaPlante.
Christopher Cooper.
Eric Mendoza.
Jennifer Reyes Munoz.
Crystalline Newberry.
Michael R. Lang.
Brandon Jennings.
Justine Trong.
Bree Nye.
Jonathan Maraca.
Trevor Beach.
Drayton Rail Armstrong.
Marissa Rodriguez.
Javier Sanchez.
Cameron Michael Armstrong.
Lauren Rose Carlson.
Alyssa Nicole Sanders.
Avery White.
Job Alcarez Reyes.
Sierra Renee Cortez.
Courtney Seville.
Brandon Watkins.
Alan Cap Ortiz.
Monique Renee Flores.
Haley Jean Clardy.
Carlos Avachuco.
Ronnie Y. Gondara Jr.
Samantha Jackson.
Shinbi Kang.
Isaac Salazar.
Simon Schwartz.
Carly Keck.
Shalina Bianca Faf Bison.
Solomon Molina.
Seamus Stoyer.
Cecilia Lopinto.
Avery Jane Beeson.
Jason Martin.
Clifford Fronterhouse.
Annalise Mullins.
Paola Diaz Aguilar.
Michael Larabelle.
Albie Joes.
Stephanie Nicholson.
Ileana Gonzalez.
Isaiah Nathan Bustos.
Donald Ramirez Jr.
Jasmine Corrine Rios.
Rand Hottie.
Jody Alexander.
Manuel Ramiro.
Ayana Marie Rouse.
Clarissa Zeiger.
Isaiah Michael Brown.
Alan Santa Cruz.
Carice Danielle Strickler.
Melissa Cota Robles.
Justin Fowler.
Christian Vasquez.
Kylie Tersakian.
Teresa Howdigi.
Matthew Isaiah Galindo.
Johnny Baston.
Mariana Sofia Avalos Ochim.
Sheila Kipritich.
Alexander Blue Hill.
Caleb Brigham.
Jacqueline Beauvais Alexander.
Jennifer Carrillo.
Cody Carmichael.
James Michael Dodd.
Katie Calder.
Samra Omer Begovic.
Cameron Mitchell.
Richard Carroll.
Sarah Genero.
Taylor Pearson.
Elliot Price.
Tyler Wayne Cudmore.
Kendra Graham.
Alexis Marie Puryear.
Ishmael Reyes.
Cody Garcia.
Lois Tatum.
And Alicia Marie Rodriguez.
Brandon Samuel.
Nicholas Jennings.
Corelli Corral.
Ivana White.
Chase Shannon.
Blake Holding.
Kylie Jean Hack.
Paige Pullen.
Albin John.
Alberto Eniguez.
Kristaline Jordan.
Kyra Alter.
Shannon Charlie Young.
Michael Jones.
Julia Mireles Morales.
Alyssa Boynton Warner.
Eric Bowler.
Jose Lopez.
Eileen Nicole Orozco.
Vita Marie Ann Campbell.
Cody Shantz.
Luis Daniel Ortiz Jr.
Kelly Fan.
Sabrina Lasiste.
Sean Aaron James.
Bryce Robert Hagenson.
Fatima Mustafa Ahmad.
Satali Coronel.
Calvin May Chen.
Jonathan Drake Schultz.
Kira Rhines.
Amanda Harris.
Dustin Hoffarth.
Reyes Angel Munoz.
Macy Elizabeth Timmons.
Mays Ali Majid.
Kevin Robert Hart.
Nicholas Rogers.
Melanie Lynn Williams.
Addison Lynn Mathenia.
Aaron Joel England.
Nestor Daniel Serrano Apodaca.
Julia Marie Blackman.
Valeria Munoz Hernandez.
Nicholas Bailey Jackson.
Hugo Torres Aguilar.
Ariana Nicole Brooks.
Lyndon Howell.
Brandon Back.
Julian Ojeda.
Peyton Ariel Castaneda.
Jordan Riley.
George Mark Lopez.
Hunter Wood.
Maria Garcia Camarena.
Cambry Tobin.
James William Rowan.
Cale Bowman.
Jenna Lynn Ainoni.
Tatiana Whitman.
David Michael Caranta III.
Justin Tyler Stout.
Victoria Lizette Manabuzin.
Nancy Elizabeth Carpio.
DeAndre White.
Cameron Hawk.
Eliza Ross.
Riley Warren.
Abraham Hamoud.
Kenshiro Fruen.
Kayla Ann Marie McQuaw.
Sarah Thornton.
Jacob Shane.
Angel Iniguez.
Brianna Palacios.
Elena Parada.
Michael Wynn.
Jason Levinson.
Maria Alejandra Richardson.
Miriam Naeem.
Miguel Sullivan.
Benjamin Reeve Milner.
Rowan Romero.
Michelle Lopez.
Sean White.
Taj Norris.
Riley Wilson.
Sarah Horn.
Sergio Batista.
Richard Ponce.
Jalen Wanika.
Elizabeth Havrilla.
Jacob Ellingson.
Stephen Scow.
Kayla Leanne Tuckett.
Amanda Leah Fisk.
Harpar Golwar.
Paris Anthony Reed Allison.
Rebecca Solman.
Abigail Cox.
George Ramirez.
Trey Werwinski.
Victoria DeBernardis.
Chelsea Strong.
Jason Allen Lewis Varner.
Jaden Isaac Cobbin.
Emily Elizabeth Hetty.
Aglai Acosta Reyes.
Eric Peschlicke.
Jacob Villalobos.
Aaliyah Darlene Jacobson.
Amber Bartell.
Niza Loden.
Joshua James Reyes.
Madisela Olivia.
Tavian Buckhouse.
Logan Hertsoft.
Dakota Charles McKee.
Alexandria McMinn.
Asia Dirkalek.
Sean Wolkin.
Dawson Maddox.
Cleona Gordon.
Karen Grijalva Garcia.
Isaiah Washington.
Alex Holman.
Sarah Marie Clark.
Jasmine Morales.
Landon Dale Bertram.
Jacob Cooper.
Kayla Elaine Bradford.
Jamie Larson.
Abraham Smith.
Eric Yvonne Baltazar.
Bree Marine Copenhaver.
Autumn Noel Lentz.
Antonio Ramirez.
Daniel Joseph Walker.
Michaela Elisa Bingham.
Jade Nicole Morales.
Devin Matthew Devereaux.
Brandon Michael Collins.
Nina Woolley.
Marissa Nicole Eldridge.
Chase Abrams.
Rogelio Guerrero Jr.
Danielle Elena Cassidy.
Alexis Winters.
Joseph Perez.
Timothy Hunter Gresham.
Drew Skylar Hilligus.
Navina Demick.
Dylan McElmurray.
Philip McCarty.
Fatima Al-Ramdani.
Kaylee Gutierrez.
Matthew Nesbitt.
Gabriel Vincent Montoya.
Martha Natasha Griffith.
Jordan Mackey.
Ruben Alexander Brizar.
Connor Nelson.
Caitlin Ann Huddleston.
Lilia Rodriguez.
Omar Aldahasi.
Brian Wynn.
Jordan Ray LeBaron.
Cheyenne Renee Layton.
Devin Lee Weston.
Alejandro Pantoja.
Shayla McWilliams Brigham.
Alexis Stark.
Jake Coolidge.
Jordan Ramirez.
Alyssa Raquel Williams.
Shelby Myers.
Doug Hill.
Chase Davis.
Luisa Yadira Garces.
Alana Mengelkamp.
Alexander David Marsh.
Ibrahim Abdullah.
Madison Lee Lariman.
Michaela Renee Skurdla.
Derek Sandstrom.
Cordell Hudson Jr.
Brittany McCollum.
Taylor Hatch.
Jaime Alexander Moreno.
Hussein Hussein.
Sabrina Akio Scheidemann.
Emily Henderson.
Logan Moore.
Hunku Fun Sale.
Hannah Schumberger.
Mariah Ramirez.
Matthew Soto.
Stefan Crum Futch.
Celeste Elena Tejada.
Allison Irene Al Mohammed Awi.
Travis Walker.
Nathan C. Kroll.
Kalina Ray Blackman.
Alyssa Nicole Barnum.
Eric Vasquez.
Anthony Sanchez.
Alexis Murrow.
Robin Terry Lawson.
Dylan Baker.
Devin Joseph Schumacher.
Malia Maikani Puumalena Schofield.
Demetria Leanne Hill.
Jonathan William Escobar.
Arian Zimmerman.
Catherine Grace Defer.
Allie Marie Higgins.
Anthony J. Maximilian Kempton.
Brahim Barham Haddad.
Katie McNelly.
Arlette Alondra Carrera Zapata.
Preston Garrison Parge.
Stefan Nikolic.
Haley Marie Knight.
Taylor Lynn Arnold.
Noah Donald Foskett.
Kevin Brand.
Laurel Ihilani Okeola Woods.
Jacob Townsend.
Jonah Curfy Henry.
Sean Davidson. Oh.
Sydney Denise Shaw.
Jonathan Smizer.
Christian Xavier Ortega.
Xavier Rosario.
Keelan John Contra.
Jake Jacobs.
Trenton Schultz.
Jeff Hibbett.
Mason Deong Nguyen.
Valerie Sepulveda.
Joshua Youngmin O.
James Caldwell.
Alex Major.
Luke William Austin Tuvell.
Hey guys, before I start, I'd like to have everybody stand up for the alma mater.
We pledge to Ironwood High. Through the years across the miles, go forth as alumni. Eagles, we rise and fly. Hurrah! Hail to thee, we praise you, Ironwood High.
All right, guys, don't worry. I know you guys all want to go home. Made sure to keep my speech short because I'm the last person who stands between you guys and the door. Seriously, though, it's an honor and a privilege to be up here and have the opportunity to thank our amazing parents and guardians, as well as our dedicated faculty and staff here at Ironwood High School. This is the 28th commencement of Ironwood's history, and I'm proud to say that we have upheld the tradition of finishing strong. As we start on our new paths and face potential obstacles in our way, I want to encourage each of you to remember this moment. Remember facing tough times, the late nights, the early mornings, those hours spent studying for that test the next day, the blood, sweat, and tears that we left on the field or court, and all the successes and failures that you have gone through to reach this step. Above all, I want you to remember that you have persevered. You have had the courage to dream and the determination to make it happen. You are extraordinary because you have dared to reject the ordinary. While it is hard to say goodbye, I know that the class of 2017 will always hold a special place in my heart. Now, as some of you may know me, I'm someone on campus who is known to lead the cheers and chants. It only feels right to end my high school career with a cheer that I began 3 years ago. The class of 2017 would please stand up. How strong are we? How strong are we? How strong are we? Eagles on three. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, my fellow classmates. It's time to enter your place in the world and make a difference.
Class of 2017, on behalf of the faculty and staff and administration of Ironwood High School, I commend you for all your successes. I wish you well and thank you for leaving Ironwood High School richer in tradition, in memories, and achievement. I am confident your experiences at Ironwood have prepared you for success in the journey you are about to begin. Graduates, please stand. It is with great pleasure that I pronounce you the graduating class of 2017. Graduates, you may move your tassels to the left side of your mortarboard. Now is when you're supposed to throw those caps. Row 1, you may now exit to your right.